beautiful and soulful and relaxing and all those other things. Thank you very much. But next this evening, we have Shé D'Montford. Shé is a psychic, a medium, a healer, and a teacher. Has been seen on the TV show The One. Very excited to have Shé here this evening, and she's going to spend a few minutes with you now. I'll hand the microphone over to her. Thank you very much, Shé.
Well, here we are. Sarah's gathering. Congratulations, Sarah. A beautiful, beautiful venue and a lovely group of people again. Wonderful. And thank you all for coming, right? It's not just about the good food. Right, last time the food was great. It's not just about the great entertainment. What being here is about heart to heart. We're here because there is something here that's going to feed us heart to heart that we can't get anywhere else. Right? And Sarah has facilitated this, and I know how hard these events are to put on, Sarah, so well done. Yeah, round of applause. So it's the gathering now, but really what we're here for is the change. And when I say the change, I know that you all know what I mean, because you can feel it. Because if you can't feel the change, you wouldn't be here right now. Right. But the question we're going to try and answer for you this week is, what does the change mean for you and you and you? Right? It's going to mean something different for us all individually. And I see my job as quickening you, awakening you, going, the change is here. Did you know that you have to? Right, and then we'll answer that question for you individually. Because the change isn't about one person. It's not about, hey, let's go see Shé D'Montford because she's here because the change is coming. Hey, it's not about the Dalai Lama. It's not about Lady Gaga. Hey, did you see that thing this week that Lady Gaga did on Facebook? Oh my God, she out-spiritualed the Dalai Lama. Right? And that shows you what the change is doing. It's waking up the spirituality in people that you wouldn't expect to see spirituality in. Right? Because that's our natural state. And we have been away from it for so long. But when you hold a rubber band out or a big spring out at tension, away from its natural state, things start to give and they start to shake. And we've been talking about the earthquakes, right? And this shaking is going to shake us all up and get us back to where we need to be. So the forces that hold us out from where we should be will release. And boing, we'll spring around. And this is what we're supposed to be doing. And with the change, it's been really sad for me because I've been speaking about 2012 as it approached and what it was going to mean for the future. And we've seen all the stuff that I said was going to happen. Anybody that's ever followed my predictions, it's not about the predictions because when you're heart to heart, you can feel them, right? You guys all feel them too, right? So we've been talking about the earthquakes and the volcanoes that are going to happen this week. And they happen because the shake-up's got to happen. But what's sad for me is the changing of the guard that's happening. A lot of the old school, mentors that I've had, the people that I've respected, the people that have been my heroes, the people that have been fighting beside me, a lot of them have died. A lot of them have gone, the change is here, and it's going to be hard work, so I'm opting out. I've done my hard work now. Right? And some very amazing teachers that I've worked with, people like Stuart Wilde, people like David Bowie, they're all gone. And guess what that means? It's up to us now. Right. And what I mean by that, I don't mean to scare you by saying it's up to us now, but it's about accepting your responsibility because I can't wake up all the minds that have to be awoken on this planet for the change by myself. Right? I'm going to awaken as many of you as I can here up to your full potential, because that's what we're about. You know, being human is being so much more than the tight little space that society squeezes us into. Right, so I want to try and waken you up. You will awaken. But what happens, you know, just like, you know, the Highlander in the quickening, you know, when you stand next to somebody who's awake, you feel the excitement and you wake up. Right, so once you're awake, you're going to go out, do the organic reaction. When you stand next to somebody, one mind at a time, one heart at a time, heart to heart, and start to wake somebody else up. And that's how this change is going to spread around the planet. And we know that there's big bad forces out there that want to stop it, the drug companies, the armaments companies. They'd rather have us fighting each other. They'd rather have us forget that we're human, forget that we're all basically the same and joined and part of everything. But let's fight, you know, the blacks, the gays. You see it happening in the United States more than here, but we've got that big backlash against the Islamics here in Australia. It's not about dividing us. It's about unifying us, heart to heart. Right? There's good in everyone. When people start saying, oh, this, oh, that, oh, no, I go, you know what? But the majority of people on this planet are amazing. They're not just good. I know that if I was looking like I was in distress and I was naked out in the street of Orange at the moment, I wouldn't have to worry about somebody raping me. Somebody would come along and throw a cloak over me or give me their shirt and go, are you all right? And they're not a particularly spiritual person, you know. So we don't have to worry about the terror. Right? Oh my God, what are the Islamic people going to do to our daughters? You know what, Ken and I go to Islamic countries to teach, and they're very hospitable people. And if my daughter was in distress over there, I know that they would help her. If I had a daughter, I don't have sons, I have daughter-in-laws. So, you know, and that's what this is about. Realising that, getting people out of the fear, right? So when you come and do workshops with me this week, it's not like, hey, Shé showed me how to do some cool tricks, look at this. You will learn cool tricks because, you know, you're lucky. This week you got 2 shaman. You know, the things that I've learned, my main teacher was a Tibetan shaman, but I've also been taught by a Fijian shaman and a Hindu shaman. And the shamanic techniques that work have been an unbroken tradition for millennia. My Tibetan teacher could trace her lineage back 20,000 years. Right, so when these things work, they get passed on. Do this, get this result. Right? Not so that you can go and do cool tricks for people, but so that you have the skills that's needed. Right? The human skills, so you can be fully human. You're going to need to know what the signs mean. Right? Yesterday I did a beautiful talk about the paradigms of this shift. But when you see those paradigms around you, when you actually see the signs out there in the universe around you, what do they mean? Most people go into panic, not knowing what these signs mean. And it's not a thing to panic about because the universe is actually reaching out to you, trying to talk to you. The universe, if it has something to tell you, won't go. If it has something to tell me, it won't go, Shé, are you listening? Hey, look up, I'm talking to you. It doesn't do that, right? What it does is it shows you signs and symbols, or it will give you pain and discomfort. So being a healer is about saying, did you realise the universe is trying to tell you that to wake you up? Right? And then when you can move on from that pain, right, you can then show somebody else to move on from that pain as well. Because you did it. I did it. So you guys can do it. I don't think I'm anything special. Never have. Right? I think I'm very ordinary. I can just do extraordinary things because I've been shown how. And I want to show you this week how to do extraordinary things. So Sarah this week has organised a healing workshop with me and a scrying workshop and a tarot. Right? Tarot is the universal language that the symbols form that are in the tarot. So if you learn the symbols in the tarot, you'll be able to understand this universal language. Right, we're doing the advanced one this time. So I want to push you out there to get you doing tarot readings for other people, because people need it. Right? I cannot do a tarot reading for everybody on the planet. I have to teach other people how to do it. You've got to get out there and start doing it. Right? Ken, my husband, is going to do a workshop this week on your totem animals. Totem animals, yeah, it's about this wonderful connection we have with the animal realm, but it's also about getting the messages. Right? Our animal brothers and sisters want to tell us things. Right? And if you don't really have that soul connection, that's what the totem is about, heart to heart with the animals, then you're going to miss the messages that they try and tell you all the time. We are all part of everything. We are all completely unified. Right? And it's time to stop pretending that we are alone, that nobody understands us. Because we're human. Of course we're going to understand each other. We just have to allow ourselves the space to be truly human. Right? And in that humanity, instead of creating division out of fear, heart to heart, we'll start creating unity. Heart to heart, we'll start creating gatherings. And heart to heart, we'll start doing wonderful things. So much more than I could do by myself. Because you guys have got to get out there and start doing it now. I'm 55 now, and I tell you, I can't keep doing this forever. You guys are going to have to get out there and start doing some of it for me. There will come a time where I will disappear again. I used to be in a hermitage for 7 years. And I got kicked out of it back into this work by the universe. They went, no, you can't hide, go back and do it. Freaking go on TV. No, I don't encourage anybody to go on TV. Right? But the TV did give me the opportunity to show this stuff works. Right? And fortunately, I was actually able to show in a few incidences how it can really change a person. Right? Which was a really nice thing. So this week, take advantage of the fact that we are here heart to heart. I want to share with you as much as I possibly can. It won't just be about the workshops. It'll be about you. It's not about me, it's not about all the cool, weird stuff Shé can do. It's about you, and you, and you, and you, and you hiding up the back, and you, and you, and everybody, even the musicians hide, which did beautiful music, I loved it. And you hiding over there, Kenny. Heart to heart, that's what we're here for. So if you want to know what opportunities are here, just speak to Sarah. She'll tell you all about it. I never fuss much about the day-to-day things. Always end up finding somebody lovely, but usually they're not quite as lovely as Sarah, or as organised as Sarah. So have a chat to her, she'll tell you what's going on and where it's taking place. I just turn up and do what I'm told. So my loves, every blessing on your journey, because the change is here, right? And I've brought you up to the change, right? And the change is happening now. Don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. It's exciting. It's the opportunity we've been waiting for to make this the world that we want. And it's going to happen. So every blessing on your journey, every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shé. That's I always find listening to you is very sort of inspirational, thought-provoking, challenging, all in one neat package. It sort of really gets people to think about their lives and where